and everything that's been going on, I'm sure we're going to talk about. But, you know, this is the world we're in. So let's tackle it right now.
Yes.
U.S. Border Czar Tom Homan has started using ICE agents to conduct a nationwide raid and the U.S. military to carry out mass deportations of undocumented citizens. Now, he told ABC News Chief Global Affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz that this is just the beginning. Take a look.
Is this what we will see every single day, ending in what the president has promised is millions and millions being deported?
Yes. But you're going to see the numbers steadily increase, the number of arrests nationwide as we open up the aperture.
The estimates of perhaps those who have been convicted or arrested in the past, 700,000 to over 1 million. So after you do that, then you go after everybody who is there illegally.
If you're in the country illegally, you're on the table.
The acting Homeland Security Secretary said in a statement, criminals
Illegally.
will no longer be able to hide in America's schools and churches to avoid arrest. What criminals are hiding in schools?
How many MS-13 members are aged 14 to 17? Many of them.
Hey,
What's the problem?
cold hard facts.
So,
What's the problem?
is this the immigration system fix that people had in mind when they voted?
Yes.
Do you think?
Well, it's hard to tell at this table because no one voted for him. But I think if you were, I don't know yet. It's kind of, it's disturbing what we're seeing, and the headlines and all
I
the
ain't
coverage
disturbed.
would make you think that there's this massive deportation, but by numbers, contextually, President Obama still remains the deporter-in-chief. Even
really?
if Trump continues at this rate, he will not even hit what President Obama hit in 1 year with 400,000. But the point here is that it's meant to be a PR campaign. So it's meant to scare people. That's what they're doing right now. And when you look at these flights where they are deporting people back to their origin nation, we don't know who they are, and that's where I'd like to see more transparency. If indeed, right now, everyone on these flights is a violent criminal, I think we can all agree everyone thinks they should leave the country. We were saying that this morning. It's common sense. But what we're not getting is a breakdown of who these people are. On the first day of Trump's presidency, DHS, there was a press release, and they said that they had nabbed more than 300 illegal migrant criminals, including 1 attempted murder and 1 child molester. But what about the other 298? What was their crime? Because I think either you
Crossing
own
the
the
border.
fact that these are all violent criminals and break down who these people are, what their crime was, and tell the American people, or tell us what they really are and let us have a healthy debate over the disagreement of how this is being carried out.
Yeah, I think the answer to your question, Whoopi, is yes and no for the public. So 87% of Americans support deporting undocumented migrants who've committed crimes in this country. That's nearly a universal opinion that I think we stand by. 55% express some desire to see anyone who's here unlawfully leave. So that's a lot more split. What I'd say is this when we talk about this issue. Most nations on earth deal with the question of how to secure their border and how many migrants to take in. It's not uniquely American. It's not xenophobic to simply care about it. There's national security imperatives. There's economic imperatives. And what we're seeing now, what matters to me is how it's done, that it's done humanely and safely, and that we're prioritizing the people who shouldn't be here. So again, people who have committed offenses against people, but also I think that it's important that we contextualize it, because to Sarah's point, in Obama's first term, 3 million people were deported. That's much slower than what Trump's on pace to do right now. And I'd finally say that I think that America is supposed to be a shining city on a hill. I think that we're a place that welcomes migrants. We're stronger for it. But we should prioritize people like refugees. Right now, there's 1,600 Afghans who helped assist us in this war who are on pause under the Trump administration from coming in. Those are the people who need to come first, not economic migrants. We can't house everyone. We can't bring everyone here. But people who helped our country and are fleeing for their lives should always be able to have a place
Be protected,
here.
That's fair. That's a fair take.
You're sitting there with that face.
Here we go.
I know you want to say something.
Here we go.
Actually, don't say anything.
Thank you.
We'll be right back, and when we come back, she'll have something to say.
What was bad about that take?
I'm gonna keep it at 1,000.
That was a great take.
Sarah kept it a buck. At this rate, Obama is still the deporter in chief. So it's bad when Trump does it and they focus specifically on the criminal element of illegal immigrants, but no one cares when Obama did it. Obama's they
That's the
poster
wildest,
boy.
That is the wildest
That's
point.
God in the Democrat Party.
That's
They worship
The
him.
Black Panther.
What?
Himself.
And we supposed to be mad because Trump did it? Is it because he's white?
It's a
Is it
white
because
man doing
They
it.
were told. This is what they were told to do. They were told to get mad at this, so now they got to do it. They got to fall in line. They got to do what they're
Because
told.
a white man
They have
did
an
it.
agenda, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
My uncle, bro, I was talking to him yesterday. A crazy story. He said he was gonna call me and put this on YouTube, but he thinking about
Call him.
I could call him, but he said, man, I he wanted to keep his job.
But you don't got to say his name?
I don't. I might call him.
Because I want to hear it live, bro.
Basically, he's a truck driver, and at his company, they had, like he said, over 20 illegal immigrants driving semi trucks.
That's not surprising.
Wow.
Nah, that's might be the
No
craziest
IDs.
shit of all time.
No IDs.
They
They
There's
had
ways
no
around
IDs,
anything.
no CDLs, no nothing.
Just
Damn, they
drive.
threw him behind the wheel.
Threw him behind
Oh,
the
that's
wheel.
dangerous.
They could get sued for
That's
that.
dangerous.
He,
That's
he,
dangerous.
he was saying, oh, he was so pissed. He said, I was in the job hot when he figured that out. Because he said, you just asked him, yeah, bro, where'd you get your CDL at? Because he noticed that they couldn't speak English. So they was confused about it. He said, car. He showed him his.
Wow.
He said, I was in there fuming hot. He said, I was finna go on a man. He said, I was finna bring the news up there. I said, hey. He said, but then I thought about my job. He said, I was finna call you. I said, I would have blew it up, brother, because that's insane. I could never get over that.
That's
shit.
not
That's
safe,
actually
bro.
insane.
That's, you know-
that's a public safety thing.
What if one of them just hit somebody, bro?
That's happened before.
That's happened before.
insane.
So who's liable for that?
There's
company-
a
company?
dude who did like talk show radio in Oklahoma. I remember he got killed by an illegal immigrant, like on a motorcycle.
Yes, I remember that. That was a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, he smacked him. He was speeding the motorcycle. That was actually by my house.
I
That was like
remember
right outside my neighborhood, actually.
Welcome back. We were talking about the start of the nationwide immigration raid, and I was, sweepingly pointing to Sunny Hostin because her face was saying something I felt she wanted to say verbally.
Yeah, I to answer your question, which is this the immigration fix that this country wanted?
Yes.
I think absolutely there are certain people that wanted to see this kind of pain and destruction for a certain group or type of immigrant.
Okay.
Because if
Obama.
you look at the numbers, yes, the number of immigrants that come from Mexico or of Mexican-born are the largest. But the next largest are Asians. 28% of them come. I don't think they walk across the southern border. I think they come by plane. The next largest are Europeans. I don't think they
This is
walk
unlawful?
either. I'm just saying immigrants, right?
Unlawful.
Not undocumented, though.
Unlawful.
A lot of them are
undocumented.
undocumented,
But,
actually.
but that's not the stat
But
for
a-
being
but
the
a- but a lot
Asians
of
are
them
the
come
second
by
Peter,
plane
listen.
and
overstay their visas.
They overstay their
that's what you
visas.
mean.
They overstay their visas, so they're undocumented. The Europeans that come here that overstay their visas are undocumented, but they don't come across the southern border. So I think there's a very clear message as to what this president wants the look
I have something
of a
to say.
criminal migrant to look like.
I have
What
something to
an
say.
undocumented migrant. And I think that's racist.
I have something to
Let
say.
me also say,
Everybody clap.
So the people she said, Asians and Europeans, she said they come here via plane. So you need a visa to come here. So they came here legally and they're unlawfully overstaying their visa, which is completely different from coming here illegally and
the
being in
first
the country illegally.
Yeah.
But to be honest,
that's two completely different things we're doing
It
here.
is.
to be honest with you, it was Asians coming across the southern
Oh,
border.
there was Asians coming.
There was
but
Africans
her
and all
instance-
type of
instance-
races.
In her instance, she's talking about people who came here on a visa and have since overstayed that visa and are now in the country illegally due to an expired visa,
That's
which is
different,
completely
yeah.
different than people illegally entering our country and then staying here illegally.
Well, they both.
I mean, we
illegal
can-
at that
No,
point.
no, correct.
Yeah, but it's
That's a
different
fact.
though.
But
Because a lot of those people could just
one's
get a
worse,
couple
though.
things like in the illegal immigration is also causing more of those people who came with the visas and they can't get them, renewed now because of all the illegal immigrants. So it's actually hurting the people who are trying to do it the right way.
Yeah, so someone who came in on a visa, they entered legally. They're overstaying now, which is illegal, but they entered legally. So
Yeah.
the way she's trying to paint that and saying, well, they're not being deported. Well, it's a completely different situation because we have documentation of them being here, and I'm sure that
They haven't committed violent
You know what I'm
crimes.
saying?
They're probably students,
come
like a
on
lot of
now.
the Asians.
I'm
like,
sure there's I'm sure they're on there's some sort of documentation that we know. There's people in the country who have been let in, and we have no idea.
Not a clue.
We seen a video.
We've literally been to the border and seen the process for these illegal immigrants who are now on the deportation priority list. I mean, you're trying to make it seem like, oh, they're only targeting the Hispanic ones and the ones who are not white. Well, that's false, because we seen on Fox News the wide array of people who are being deported.
We seen somebody from Thailand who just got deported.
The Prime Minister of India said, I'm willing to take back 20,000 illegal Indians in the U.S.
Real quick, though, also, we're not going to sit here and act like the southern border wasn't wide open and there wasn't a record number of crossings. So why would he not attack that area? Not attack, like, violently, but you know what we mean. Why would we not focus on the area where the record of crossings was?
Okay, so if you have a bleed, do you stop the bleed immediately, or do you continue to let it bleed and fix?
You gotta let they say you gotta let it scab up by itself, bro.
Like what? No, we're trying to sew up the thing.
I mean, they said they're going after violent criminals, and a lot of them are cartel members, and we're
not even just
them.
cartel members. We seen somebody that said, "You're going to know my name soon."
This is what he said.
Flume.
Priority number 1: violent criminals. Everybody who's undocumented, you on the table too. So
just don't get caught.
We see what they're going after first, but everybody under that umbrella of illegal undocumentedness, you on the table. I don't see the problem there.
I mean, after what they said with Obama, I don't even know how she even continues.
That kills their.
They comparing this.
That kills everything.
I've seen
so
people
Obama was
comparing
racist
this to
too then.
1942 Germany.
So if I go to another country and they
said that.
Oh, I swear they said the ICE is the new SS.
So if I go to another country and they kick me out,
they're
racist. So do that make them racist?
Yep, bro. I've seen a video of the Spain police
Africans is racist,
beating up on actual legal immigrants because they're sick of them. They said they continue to come over there and cause problems. The police are sick. And the police was beating his ass.
That's insane. See, it can get rough out here, man.
So hey, y'all not getting beat. Y'all just getting sent home. Y'all mad that y'all hiding. Y'all making them come hunt you down.
The president wants the look of a criminal migrant to look like, what an undocumented migrant. And I think that's racist. Let me also say,
is he posting the Mexicans?
That, in my view,
the news is doing that.
He has circumvented established law by weaponizing the U.S. military.
Can you explain what
weaponizing the military?
Generally, before being deported, you have an asylum case pending in front of a court, and you must appear in front of that judge. Right now, there are 3 million asylum cases and 900 judges. That is why the bipartisan bill that was going to be passed addressed that particular issue. Instead of dealing with it legally in that way, and I'm not saying he's doing it illegally, what he did was declared a national emergency that qualifies as a foreign invasion.
Yes.
And on the U.S.-Mexico border.
Well, yes.
Not any other border.
Well, yes.
And that cleared the way for the Department of Defense to deploy the military at a 60% increase.
Well, yes.
I just think that our military members, many of them did not join the military to do that job. And let me say just finally that they are also racially profiling in doing this.
Well, yes.
In Newark, New Jersey, a business venue on Thursday was raided, and among the citizens that they detained and questioned was a Puerto Rican man and a military vet. For the 50 million thousandth time, Puerto Ricans are Americans and disproportionately serve in the military. And so I say all of this to say that I am disappointed, disgusted.
What about Obama?
And saddened by what I'm seeing.
Can I make one point of clarity, though?
Let me get.
No, not her. Skip her.
Can we dissect them points she made?
They're all stupid.
She said that people who join the military, they join the military to defend the U.S. If we're having an invasion, she said it's not a foreign invasion. We've had they speculate from anywhere from 9 million to 20 million people illegally enter the country through the border. That's an invasion.
Where are the most criminals at? On which border?
Where is the bleed coming from? If you're bleeding,
numbers were set.
If you're bleeding, you have to stop the bleed.
The cartel, what does that say? Fired shots at Border Patrol agents.
So
I don't want to hear shit.
So we shouldn't beef up 60% of the U.S. military to go stop that, to address that? It's bad?
No, this happened. They ready to fight behind this.
She said they're racially profiling. If you have people coming from Latin American countries specifically, well, there's a racial profile right there.
And it's sad if a couple people got detained and had to show their ID and they was detained for a couple, like for an hour or a couple minutes or whatever. That sucks.
But
I think maybe if the southern border wasn't wide open, that maybe wouldn't have happened in the first place.
I'm not even trying to justify it. They raided the establishment, right? All right, ICE.
Hey, buddy.
Here's my ID.
I live right here.
Hey, continue to do what y'all doing though.
Like,
I got social security card number. Yeah, man.
Like I'm just lost. Like so if we have anywhere from 9 to 20 million people coming in through the southern border and they're being assisted by these cartels, well, shouldn't we put the military there? They signed to your job in the military is to defend the U.S. soil. I mean, that's literally textbook.
Yeah, man, these are some bird brain, man. We had a Muslim guy come across the border and say, "You will know my name soon." So that's all. That's a threat right there off the rip. So let's continue, bro.
It's just crazy. Like you have people of a certain racial profile that are entering the country illegally. So
it's not even just them though. That's what
what I'm saying.
That's why I feel like they make it more racial because it's all type of groups.
I find it racist that they just assume that only Latin Americans are the only illegal or Latino people of Latino descent are the only illegals entering the country. We've seen people come from Haiti, from China,
Africa,
from everywhere.
Afghanistan,
like
all
literally
type of
all type of racial builds. I mean, it's just
and got funded to do
where
it.
are they coming in from?
The southern border.
The southern border.
Come on now.
You asked the question, is this what people voted for? I've actually seen some video this weekend of Latinos who voted for Trump crying because now their abuelas and their tios are getting deported.
Right.
I'm having a very hard time mustering up any sympathy for those people.
Yeah.
And look, I'm an immigrant. I know the desperation that it takes to leave your country. Amongst immigrants in particular, there is no doubt that we want anybody who had the opportunity to come to this great country and committed a crime, we want them punished, we want them deported to the fullest extent of the law. But a lot of good, hardworking people who are in our schools, who are our colleagues, who own houses and businesses here, who are the parents of U.S. citizen children, are getting caught up in this. Because it's been reported that ICE offices all over the country have been given a quota. There is no way they meet that quota just with criminal aliens. And let me just say, I think that what he's done with the military, in addition to the legal aspects that may be involved, has a lot to do with a publicity stunt. The point is cruelty. The point is instilling fear. But it's also very costly. A charter DHS flight, it's been reported, is something like $8,500. A military C-130 is $816,000. So each one of those planes is costing us, so that he can have his picture and his photo op, 100 times more what a charter flight would be. And I have been saying for 2 months that people need to get prepared. Because he said this was coming and he's living up to that. So what does that mean? It means that the immigrants out there, if you're an undocumented immigrant, if you've got a kid in school, if you've got a U.S. citizen school, let that school know, give them a list of adults that can go pick up that kid if you are taken in. Have your documents ready. If you can consult with a lawyer, por el amor de Dios, háganlo. And all of those people crying right now and feeling bad by the way they voted, there's going to be another election in 2 years. And we're going to have to wait 2 years of pain. So if you want things to change, get yourselves registered, get yourself active. There's no reason why we should be playing, rolling over and playing dead.
If you're a lawful citizen,
well, of course, if you're a lawful citizen. I'm not suggesting any illegal person
Well, I
vote
think
illegally.
it's important to clarify that.
It is international.
It is important. Hey, Alyssa did call it. My confusion is, why is black people defending this where we literally seen our ancestors fought tooth and nails to get everything they want.
Our ancestors did too much for people to just come over here and reap the benefits.
And get paid.
She's talking about, well, if you get deported, have someone come pick up your kid. What?
So
this is why the ICE has been granted authority to go into schools. Hey, kid, your parents are being sent home. We're coming to get you to send you with your mom and daddy. You trying to split the family up?
What are we trying to
Like, what are we trying to do here? But she's talking about he's trying to instill fear. Well, yes. Self-deport.
You don't need anybody just coming in your country.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you mean? You're here.
There must be a system.
undocumented.
Like, if you have a house, you just gonna let anybody off the street just walk in your house with?
No.
Are you gonna not have an alarm system in your house? You're not gonna
Hey,
have
what's your
camera
name?
system.
Who are you?
Come on, y'all. We gotta have common
I'm
sense,
just
guys.
lost. They said, well, they're trying to paint a picture of what criminal immigrants look like. Well, unfortunately, there's already a picture painted. We have criminal gangs of a certain descent from certain countries taking over apartments and recruiting
No,
people.
forget all that. We see people on the street walking like zombies off of fentanyl.
Hey,
Where's the fentanyl coming from, Taj?
The southern border. Wow.
is an immigrant.
Yeah,
She's
from
an
like,
immigrant.
She's like what? From blue country.
She's an immigrant.
Venezuela, maybe?
And she's a millionaire. I don't want to hear nothing.
America-
about
She did it the
racism.
right way.
I don't want to hear
America's
nothing.
so
guys.
racist.